Jesus fuck, this is like a fucking Vegas bomb without
Well, we're
Red
not
Bull.
actually recording yet. This part's
Isn't
getting
it,
edited
Matt?
out because
Well, no, I was just
yet.
saying,
Hold on.
I'm not even plugged in, mother truckers.
He wouldn't be able to think of a bar on the spot, is what I'm saying. Da 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 da.
Da.
Here, let me suplex you through it.
All right. Welcome to the pre-4th of July podcast.
This is actually episode 30.
This is
The last
episode 30.
If you're gonna say shit like that, gotta say it. In
I'm
the
fucking soaked.
mic.
Smell.
No, we are live.
Jesus.
Not what I meant.
Whoever, hey, can we take this?
So are we
already?
live?
Yes.
Live?
We are well. No, we're not live, but
Okay.
we are actually
Being
recording
recorded.
now.
Can we record?
If you're gonna say shit like that, you gotta
Can
say
we
it into the
fucking
mic.
take
Smell
this,
me,
bitch?
bitch.
Yeah, shots.
Shots.
Yeah.
Matt,
Episode
can I take
30.
a wild guess on what this is?
Sure, go
It's a
for it.
Vegas bomb without Red Bull.
Okay, good guess.
Cheers.
Sounds
I
horrible.
Cheers.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's straight Scotch or whiskey or some shit.
what's in a Vegas bomb?
Not that. I can tell you that much.
Crown, Malibu, and Peach and Ops.
So this one was called
Light.
a flamethrower.
Fuck that.
It is 2/3 Bacardi rum and 1/3 Johnny Walker
Throw me a root beer.
Scotch.
Throw me a root beer.
Yeah, that was not very good. It just tasted like Scotch.
You're
definitely
fired.
overpowered the. I
If
like
you chase
Scotch.
it with
That
Mountain Dew
overpowered
Liberty
the rum
Brew,
a
it
lot.
kind of tastes like NyQuil.
Well,
I'm
you
not kidding.
discovered in high school for a lot of teenagers.
Fuck my life. Actually, no,
was-
not even NyQuil. Chloroseptic. Have you ever had chloroseptic?
hey, I'm not
They're
gonna
like
lie,
throat
that
spray.
wasn't that bad.
Hey,
It just tasted like Scotch mostly.
you threw that to me, and I opened it, and there was no carbonation. Just
It's
nothing.
been sitting down here
That's
for
just how
fucking
old it is.
months.
I've been looking for shots in this app that I
There
found,
you go.
and I've just
Nope,
been
don't
scrolling
take
through
it away.
all
Nope,
the
just
cocktails that
root
they
beer.
have in the app. Because
I
it
quit
has
pop.
like a bar that you can put in what you have, kind of
Right,
thing, and
right,
it'll
yeah.
tell you what you can make. Well, I'm just scrolling through all of them, all the different like shooters that they have. This one's called a Foolish Miner. It's got
What?
Like someone who like mines coal. or,
MINOR.
like- Oh,
So like a young one.
It's 2/3 creme de menthe green liqueur, so essentially like Midori,
Gross.
and then 1/3 wild turkey.
well, Midori's not
Ooh.
mint green liqueur. It's lemon.
Is it lemon?
It's
Creme
I
de
bet-
menthe?
melon.
Melon?
Melon.
I bet that tastes terrible.
I bet it does too, yeah. Wild turkey and creme de menthe.
That might be the only thing that's worse than shooting
You guys
Bacardi
okay over
Limon
there?
straight.
Nope.
What's going on?
Red light.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Yeah. Somebody's
Red
getting
light.
real touchy over there.
more like a red, white, and blue light. It's July 3rd,
giving me a
bitches.
no.
Hey!
Which means in 3
Joel,
hours, it's
Joel,
July 4th.
where's your app? Come on.
I deleted it.
What the fuck, dude? You had it installed for a record 15 minutes and you uninstalled it.
Not even that. Waste of
It's some
time.
horse shit.
Actually, real quick, game time. Do you want to play Fire Truck? All right.
I think you're already playing and you
Yeah,
lost.
when you want me to stop, just say red light.
Red light. Oh,
Red lights.
Wow.
Jesus.
That was pretty gay. He's going to throw the box on your head,
Don't make me
motherfucker.
put that fucking box on, motherfucker. I
Oh,
will.
we got to be
Give me it.
cleaner. Chris over here. Oh,
Jesus.
Busch Light. You got to sponsor us.
Only
take
we
a
could
picture
show
of
that.
that. Here, actually, I guess
We're
I'll
wearing
do-
your boxes.
Brendan, you're the
hats.
Instagram guy.
You ready?
Hello.
You ready?
Oh, god damn it.
3, 2, 1. Hey! He caught it! I got it. I couldn't see it. I literally couldn't. We are throwing a dime back and forth. Joel has a Busch
This
Light
is excellent content.
box, 30 rack box on his head. Actually, here's a question for people who listen. Do you think 30 pack or 30 rack?
I was just going to ask the same thing. I heard somebody say somewhat recently that
fucking Anthony gives me a bunch of fucking bullshit about it.
That's who I was thinking about. Like, why do you call it a 30 rack? It's a 30 pack. And yeah,
Well,
I was
it's
going to
always
ask
been
the
a
same
30
thing.
rack.
Yeah, that's
Because
how
it's
I've
a
always
30
heard it.
rack. It's a rack of Busch Light.
Yeah.
I mean, what do? You rack fucking how many? Jesus Christ, where the fuck are you
I
throwing
don't
that
even know
shit?
where that went.
What do you? How many balls are in pool?
really hard to-
Depends on how many balls.
Matt, how does this
-9, not
8
the
ball-
9.
Does it sound? Can you hear me?
So 8?
Somewhat,
I
not the
can't
best.
see anything. It smells like not cardboard.
Well, the 8 ball's the middle, right?
Right.
So there's 7 before it, 7 after it, right? So there's 15 main balls plus the cue
16.
ball.
Can't do that anymore.
Is it 16?
17.
7. No, what?
Say that 7 and 7 before and
eight,
after.
8 balls in the middle. There's 7
Right.
before it, 7 after it.
So that's
no,
14,
there's
15.
7 before it and 8 after it.
Plus.
There's
No,
16.
there's only 15 balls total.
Are you sure? Is
Plus
there
the
15?
cue ball.
Well, you rack 15, so another 15 will be 30, so you rack it. It's not a pack.
What if you play 9-ball?
1 through 15.
What do
are the
you
numbers.
call?
You
What
are
do you
right.
call
it's,
Busch-
15. It's
Pool.
15 in a queue.
No, 30.
No.
30 what? 30 rack?
30 rack.
30
Case
rack,
of Busch
right.
Light is a
A
30 blank
Rack.
case of Busch Light is 30 rack.
Rack.
Why were we counting pool
Sweet.
balls?
Because I was you rack pool balls.
You would rack 15 pool balls. That's not a case of Busch Light, though. So
You
what
rack
relevance
a case
does that
of Busch
have?
Light.
I don't. Do you?
That's how
I
they
mean,
put it in there.
technically,
It's
store
racked
shelves.
probably by a machine.
People that stock the store shelves rack the 30 packs. They rack the 12 packs.
Right,
They rack
so everything's a rack.
So it's a 12 rack and a
I
6
just-
rack.
I'm just
Hey,
saying.
Joel,
wish I
you,
was still
how was
recording.
your 6 rack at Keystone that you had earlier?
See, he gets
I
it.
couldn't hear you.
No,
Sorry.
it was Keystone Light.
I had no Keystone tonight, so
He had Bud
He
Light,
had
Mick Ultra,
Mick Ultra. Where'd the Bud Light come from?
Summer Shandy.
Summer
It's
Shandy.
gone. You had Lining Kugels here?
Truck, yeah.
Truck, yeah.
Where'd you dig
So
one?
all of the
And
Miller
Joel-
that Travis is on the call-out list. All the
Who-
Miller Light that Travis brought.
It was
Skunk
more than
as
just Miller
fuck.
too. Was it? Is that what the bad one was?
Skunk like a
Really?
motherfucker. Like I pulled the cap off of it.
Did you
Rust
check
around
any
the
of
ring
the
of the
other
cap.
ones that were in there?
No.
You should have pulled that cheer out, that Shiner cheer, because
I
that's
bet
from at
that
least
would be
Christmas.
better.
So yeah,
I bet that
I'm
would have been
curious
better
if
than
that
the
would
Miller
be
Light.
better or not.
But no, the
Well,
Miller
it'd
Light.
probably be better because it's been in the fridge. The
So-
Miller Light's been in a cooler in his house. It
I
hasn't-
drank
so
it
it was a
really
cold cooler
big.
that then got warm,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
I drank the Miller Light, despite my best judgment, because again there was already rust or whatever the fuck around the rim, and it tasted like somebody made tea with like really shitty weed, and then I drank the tea. That's what it tasted like.
Speaking of, how do you feel about Jeremiah weed?
Who the fuck is Jeremiah Weed?
It's a drink.
Oh, I don't know.
it's
What
like
is it?
it's like alcoholic iced tea.
Is it?
Oh, that sounds
What's
good.
in it?
I like a Long Island, which isn't really iced tea.
You've
Not
never
at
had
all.
You've never had Jeremiah weed.
Or like a what's the alcoholic
heard of
version of
it.
an Arnold Palmer?
Look it up. It's that basically.
I don't know. You
John
add vodka
Daly?
to an
No.
Arnold Palmer.
It's a
I
John
don't know.
Daily.
Is
No,
that what it's
What's
called?
a John Daly?
Arnold Palmer
with booze?
vodka.
Okay, so yeah, I was right. Yeah,
It's John
I'm
Daly.
gonna look up
Wait.
Jeremiah weed. I don't know
Jeremiah
Jeremiah
weed.
weed?
what the percentage. It's iced tea. With
Oh yes,
alcohol
I've
in it.
had. it.
here,
It's
hold on.
actually very good.
No, it's not bad
J. Let
By
me pull
any
up my
means.
app that I was using.
by any means.
Let's see if it's in here.
Oh, yeah.
A
It is
great
not
summer
in
drink
here.
is just a cold Busch Light.
I had it on the golf course.
Hey, they've got the sun-activated cans now. This is an ad now, by the way.
Oh, they have a
We're doing that now.
sun-activated can.
Yeah, haven't you seen the box? It's on the box. Where the
by
fuck the box
by
is.
your
Oh.
by your
So
child.
if we win,
Yeah, sunlight activated can.
so how do
It,
we
uh,
win?
Find a sunlight activated can.
You
for a
don't win
chance to win a
shit.
trip to the great outdoors.
don't win
Oh,
shit.
Where's
okay.
that at?
you don't want
Alaska?
I don't know. Outside?
Canada?
Did you go a block from my house to be in the great outdoors?
No, you couldn't.
It is a
Two
bourbon liqueur.
Bourbon liqueur, huh?
Well,
You just mix it with
Oh yeah,
iced
it's
tea?
just like iced tea.
100 proof.
What?
Oh, wait, you're not supposed to just drink it straight, are
No,
you?
they
Sure you are.
they sell it in cans.
What?
They don't sell 100 proof liquor in cans.
No way.
No, it's no.
They sell the mixed drink in cans?
here we go. HighV.com.
Gassy fucking
Shout out to
dudes
Hy-Vee.
tonight.
Jeremiah Weed Sweet Tea Vodka.
Yeah, sweet tea vodka.
It's good.
Oh,
It's
that's
fucking delicious. Freaking delicious.
Brendan, when we playing golf again, bro?
I was
As
thinking
soon
about
as
that the
it
other day.
stops raining.
I haven't golfed since
next
you and
time-
I went last. That's the last time I went.
Well, no, we all four went
I went grocery shopping, put my groceries in my trunk.
after we went. We went to
did?
Woodland.
Yo, no,
Not
we went
Woodland,
to
fucking
Westwood.
Westwood.
That was after us?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's,
Okay,
the,
that's the
last,
last
that's
time
the
I
last
went.
And
time
I won.
played.
That's the last time I
Slash-
played.
I went
something
grocery
like that.
shopping, put my groceries in my trunk, and depressingly saw my golf club sitting in there as well. And
I
was
haven't
like,
Fucking go,
I haven't
boys.
practiced at all.
The next time I go
Just-
golfing will be when Top Golf is done.
I cannot wait for that. That'll
when
be
we
fun.
tell you to go with
The
us.
only problem will
Christ.
be it's so expensive. Like,
Yeah, it is. It is.
I
a little
don't know
pricey.
if they can make it super
No.
expensive.
Close
Well,
as hell to my house.
I'm
but-
sure it's
I mean,
going to
here's
still
the
be the
thing, though.
same
so
price as it is.
I
the
guess
other
that's the
one.
thing. You
Yes.
think you go to a driving range at any golf course for a bucket of balls. I mean, would you compare a large bucket of balls to an hour of time at Topgolf?
Yeah, but hold on.
Maybe a little
hold
less.
on.
Yeah.
Consider
But
the
if
cost
you
of your
only,
own clubs.
If you only do an hour of
But
time
you can bring
with
your own
us
clubs to
five,
Topgolf.
that's
I
40.
know you can, but they provide clubs, whereas driving ranges don't provide clubs.
Either way,
True.
I have my own, so that doesn't matter to
Right.
me.
But
at
that's
all.
still a cost. you
No,
have to
yes,
consider.
yes. I'm just
So you
saying
have to think about it. The driving range. You're out there, bring your own clubs. You shoot a
nothing to eat,
bucket of
nothing
balls.
to drink. Like
You
there's
go to
given-
Topgolf, they
given
will
that's
feed
its
you.
own, that it's its own
They
thing. You
will
got to
bring
pay for that
drinks
on
to
top
you.
of it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying for the price of hitting golf balls. Period.
Doesn't compare.
and
Top
there's
Golf
more of
has
a game to it.
Top
There's more
Golf has
games
games.
to it.
That's also the other side
They
of
have
it
games.
too.
They
Driving
have
range
drinks.
is just
Driving ranges don't all.
Because I
have
mean, for a
places where
driving
you
range,
can
you
get
pay
drinks.
what $15 for a big bucket of balls.
Probably, yeah.
It's
maybe.
like $15
Whereas-
an hour per person at Topgolf.
Well, I don't even know if they do per person. They just do per group, don't
They
they?
do
Per-
hour per group, but if you split it by 4 people, that's about $10 per person.
For an
so
hour.
you're paying for a large
Yeah.
bucket of balls
For an
per hour,
per hour.
but you get the full experience in the game.
So
and all
at
that.
the end
Yeah.
of 3
And if
hours
you're
or
actually
4
good at
hours,
golfing,
you
you
have
can get a
$40
lot
bucks, but at the same
I'm
time,
not.
it's
Well,
$40.
and
you have
that's the
drinks
difference.
and shit.
Is that is
They
it?
add it to your fucking bill now, though. You can't pay it separately. They add it to the end of your bill. So when you
What?
get your bill, the time. So like when you
Oh,
go
really?
up, yeah. So when you go up to
Yeah.
get new time,
You don't just put
and
in
you
another
click
20
new
in the
time,
machine.
you don't swipe your card. They put it on your bill. So when you get your
Used
bill,
to be
like my
super
bill
confusing.
when we were in Kansas City was $98
because it had the golf
because
and
it had
all
the
the,
golf
food and drinks.
and the one food thing and 2 drinks on it. It was $98.
But the difference is the price fluctuation. Because if you go in the morning versus afternoon
Yes.
versus evening,
Yes,
It's
yeah.
the prices
cheaper.
vary.
Well, and why would
depending
any
when you go.
sane person go on a Friday or Saturday night? That's just stupid.
but
Wait,
that's
didn't
we
do that?
That's
I
that's,
think so when we were down in Kansas City.
that's
but
bachelor party type
Well,
stuff. When
or-
you split it
or
between
it's,
a group,
or it's families, or it's
Or-
date night,
it-
or
yeah,
just
exactly,
high school
and they're
kids.
making money no matter what.
Like, but in
Well, even when they have you waiting for your stall, you get drinks while
Exactly.
you're waiting.
Drink,
so they're
yeah.
making money
But-
on you the entire
Wait,
time
who
you
did
walk
that?
in.
No.
but in that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to point out, though. Like, is I cannot wait for Topgolf to open so that we can like, oh hey, let's go hang out. Let's all go to Topgolf kind of thing. It's not gonna be. Well, I need to practice on my swing. I want to play the games kind of thing by
Right,
myself.
yeah.
I would never go
It's
by
not a regular thing
myself
that you get.
Right.
and spend that much money.
It's a
if I
group
want to do
thing,
that,
and that's
I
why
can
they
make
make
my
so much
own
money.
game
Yeah,
at a driving
that's-
range
that is
for half the
exactly
cost. kind of
why.
It's for
Yeah.
entertainment. And
You can
not
go
for
by
Exactly.
yourself,
Exactly.
but you're going to
Right.
be with your friends and hang
Yeah.
out.
It's
a social event.
It's best off as a group event or a date night, essentially, kind of thing. As long as
Right.
you're.
Have you seen?
Date
Have you driven
is willing
by
to
it all?
golf.
All
where
that
they're
I've ever
putting
used
it?
No, I have
They're-
not
they-
since
they-
they
Does
started.
not look big enough.
They
to
started.
Me.
Well,
Really?
they're
No,
taking
not
out
at
the
all.
other 2.
They're going even further.
They're taking
they
out
haven't
the
even
other 2.
Well, because the
finished
back
demoing
the
everything
back
yet.
netting is supposed to be up against 680, right?
I don't know.
Or like not next to it,
It
but like
doesn't
up the
look-
top of that hill.
Either way, I
thought.
was looking at it. It doesn't look as big as Kansas City.
They're
either
doing a
way.
modified version. They're not
It is.
doing what like Kansas City or.
So it's going to be
I'm
way
trying to
Vegas.
cream.
smaller.
I'm trying to cream
It's
back
not
net,
way
baby.
smaller. No,
But-
it'll be the same length, but the building.
So I've seen them.
No,
in-
be
so the
smaller.
building will have less bays, essentially, which means it's going to be way busier, most likely.
I don't
It's
know.
not
if
gonna.
they'll
It's
have
probably not
less
gonna have 3
bays.
stories of bays. Like
I've seen them. In
I think it will have 2
The,
and
the
about
stories
the same
would be
length.
the easier part. It'd be the length of the building.
I
would
think the
be
length
the-
of the building.
Is it
going to
be taller? Are they going to add
No, I think they're-
more?
I don't
Is it
know.
going to
They're
be
not
just like
gonna add
Kansas
more
City where they
bays.
don't do it
I don't know.
I
They
don't know if
might
based
add,
off of weather?
No, it,
Well,
weather.
that's the
Just
thing.
Kansas
Is
What are
City
you
is the
talking
same
about?
thing.
I don't know if legally they would want to go higher than 3 stories. Do you want an open-faced building more
Yeah, I
than 3
want people
stories
falling
high?
from 4 stories.
Well, I mean,
They
given
put
they have the
nets out,
but even still, from 3
and you
stories would
sign
have
a
been enough.
contract when you sign up for your car.
Okay, so then what happens when it's a 90-mile-an-hour day for the wind,
Close it.
and all of it? You,
Close it.
but well, no, exactly. But what
Well,
happens
you
to
have
all
to
your
aim it
furniture
the
that
right
you have
way.
sitting out there?
You have to aim
She
it
gone.
the right way.
Close it.
That's coming right off the
She
end.
gone.
They build
No, you have to
garages
aim
that
it the
close.
right way.
Do they have garages on there?
No.
If they were doing a modified one, possibly.
I would hope that they do. I mean, for that
I'm-
situation, but,
But-
that's something
I'm
that
ready
they have
to go.
to think
Just
about.
Top
Like-
Golf,
the-
get here.
the
Sponsor
two-
our podcast. We'll have it there.
They're not going
We'll
okay,
play
so
all day
let's
long.
let's make a Top Golf
Chris,
that's
stop
20
being
stories
such
tall.
a negative Nancy.
20 stories.
20 stories tall.
But that's
and
not
we're gonna gonna have
realistic for a
nets
golf
going like half a mile up into the air. You can hit the golf ball. Like, if you're on the top floor, you can hit it straight out. You're going to hit the net, and then it's going to fall to the ground.
With
like,
an argument, the 2 top golfs that I've seen, Kansas City and down in Phoenix, Arizona, nothing but open. It's
there's nothing around it.
open,
Nothing
flat
around
land.
it.
Whereas
Exactly.
this one here, I have seen because I drive by it every day
It's
when I
in
come
the middle
home
of
from
what
work.
used to be car dealerships.
It is
Yeah.
just
Backed up. The end of the netting is going
stuffed in
towards
there.
an interstate.
crunched.
It's going to an
I
interstate.
thought they were going to
I don't
like,
know. I think it's going the other way.
I'm excited for it, but I also am
there's
worried.
no way.
No.
You're hitting towards the interstate. There's no way they're hitting
Why?
towards West Roads
Why would you hit towards the interstate?
Well, I mean, it's not like it's going to go on the
because of
interstate.
where the building would
But
situate.
how would you park? Though?
You would have to
make
have
everyone
everybody
drive all the way
parked
to the
down
round?
by.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
No. You're
All the
you're
parking
right.
is already
Yeah, yeah.
the concrete
I got you,
lots
I
are
got
already
you.
there.
It's
Well,
going to be a
that's the
big
thing.
building regardless.
Well, it's going to be huge.
Which
The problem is that
and I understand why they put it at West Roads because
I don't.
you need
it's
to
centralized.
you need to get the
That's
appeal
why.
to anybody that's downtown
Anybody.
or midtown or
I guess we
north
did
and
decide
south.
that is the
It's-
middle.
I mean,
of
it's
Omaha.
or it's closer
Fairly
to the
close.
middle. That I understand, but at the same time, there's so much more space out west, like
You
that
could
you
make
could
a huge
do
one.
it correctly.
And people would drive that way.
No,
People would
100%
drive-
for it.
They're not
Yeah.
going to. They
It's
drive
not like-
3 hours just to go to one. You're telling me
But
you
I mean,
put a
it's
real
it's
one out
not
there,
like
they'll put a
people
fucking
don't
real one.
drive to go to restaurants in Village Point
or
Well,
people
right.
don't people don't drive from out west to go
Right.
downtown to go to
Exactly.
dinner.
Why
They do
not?
it for the experience.
And that's the thing is that a majority of the clientele that they're going to attract are people that already live in West Omaha.
and
Right.
already golf. It's not going
Exactly.
to be people that are like, oh, I think I want to go try and hit golf balls.
I mean, there
It's,
there
you know,
definitely
'cause
will
they
be
would go to a
people that
driving
do
range.
are going to do that.
right, but the
But
main
the
clientele
majority
is
are
going to
gonna
be the
be-
people that golf,
Right.
that
The
bring their own
people
clubs
that golf
and-
every week out in West Omaha. That's where they live, on a golf course or near a golf
and they're out
course.
on
or,
a course once a week hitting
Yep.
golf balls and playing golf.
Absolutely.
So
And
I'm
then they're gonna
excited
take their
for it, but
kids
I'm
or-
worried that Omaha is the only city in the metro area that probably had the buying power or the draw to do that. But and I understand why they put it in the middle. It's just I just feel like it's going to be another one of those things that the city of Omaha half-assed.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know because I don't know if Top Golf, the company, will let them half-ass it.
But I
I
mean, you
mean,
can only
that
get
was
so much
what-
help from the city. Those things are expensive to build. Given, I mean, they'll pay
You don't
themselves
need
off
the city.
eventually. But you
well,
kind
I'm
you need the
of the
city's
opinion that
approval.
a private.
That's fine. so
Entity
you get
like
it
that
approved
should
and
not,
You build it the way you want to build
I mean,
it.
it could be still Topgolf has to design it, but it could be still fucked because of the city's what they were willing to approve.
Exactly.
So, do
and
you,
I don't think that the city should be paying in any way for that. And I
No,
wholly
100%.
They
disagree
will
with the city
approve-
building the stadium too. Like I don't think that. Well, maybe the stadium I could kind of get because it's like
If it gets
it's
public
it's
use,
owned by
then
the
yes.
city. But like, if a team is gonna like a pro sports team needs a stadium,
Private professional
they
sports team.
should be paying for that stadium themselves.
100%.
Absolutely.
so
I
let's correlate that to the new Lime scooters they put in.
The new what?
Lime scooters, the
Also
elec-
spin.
electric
Oh, yeah,
scooters,
Spin
I was
is
like-
also in
which
here,
has
too.
been a huge thing
Scooters had a knockoff
with-
called Lime Scooter.
with the geofencing.
That geofencing works really fucking well, by the way.
But did you see all the issues they had? I think the College World
Geofence.
Series
What
played
issues?
a big issue.
They
for that.
so like if you went
All
too
the
close to the
citations
stadium
written and everything
downtown,
like that.
Oh,
it
that's
would
because
drop your
everybody's riding
speed
on
to
the
like 2
sidewalks.
miles an hour kind of
That
thing.
wasn't 'cause they-
And
okay.
and then it would try
There
and force
are-
you to get off
there are
Gotcha,
no
gotcha.
rules for the city written for those.
No.
because it's such a new
Other
thing.
than
yeah.
ride in the street.
Yeah.
You don't need a helmet. You don't need to put your license in. You
I think
only have to be older
Technically,
than
you're supposed to
18.
have a helmet. I thought,
They
No?
recommend
No,
one.
They
oh, they
recommend it.
wanted
Okay.
you
It's
to
by-
because so many people were getting hurt.
which and that's I
The
know
laws
they
vary
had
by
a
state,
meeting
but-
about it, and we're
I'm pretty sure you don't have to
gonna
wear a
come up
bike
with
helmet.
rules, but
No, it's
No.
just a recommendation.
No,
but
it's just
you
a
don't have to.
recommendation. But I'm saying overall.
No, I mean like when you're riding a
not
bike
just
in Omaha,
here.
you don't have to wear
Oh
a bike
yeah,
helmet.
correct.
if you're a
But not
human
just
being
here,
and you're
but-
riding something that you can very easily fall off of, wear a fucking helmet.
Yeah.
See,
Like
but
protect yourself.
Speaking
Wear a
of
helmet.
that, that's like
Or don't and weed yourself out of the gene pool.
I guess yeah,
they
natural
can-
selection. Yeah,
they cannot pursue DUI. The cops can't. On that.
Oh,
so
yeah, I
which-
saw that.
that is right outside
You
your fucking window.
can basically just, as long as you're 18 or older, you can jump on a scooter and do whatever the fuck you want as long as you pay
Yeah.
for it.
Really?
Well, as long as you're outside
Can
of the
I take it out
geofence.
to my house?
No,
No,
it's
it won't make it that
geofenced.
far.
I was
No,
gonna
you
say what.
can stay within a certain area, but you can on that you can do whatever you want as long as you're paying for it.
Yep.
They had-
but
They
they
again,
have
didn't
those
have
things?
it geofenced for a long time because I
No.
saw two
Right.
people scream past
Not
my
till-
house, and I'm on 90th and Maple, And
They
they just
have
came down
those
my hill on
things.
2 of those
Damn.
scooters.
all
Way out,
over
so it probably
San
came from
Diego.
Benson.
Yeah, they came.
Those
from
things
Benson.
are like
That's
the
still a
main
I was gonna
thing.
say, I
In
wonder
Mission
how
Beach.
far could you get?
Oh.
I bet
But
you could just
look
keep
at
going.
somebody
look
tried
at the
to
foot
take-
traffic there versus here,
Because
Right, but
and that's why
no, but the issue is they leave them everywhere. But
that's
it
why
does,
South Park did an episode on
But
it.
it does.
And it was such a
it
hassle.
does like create jobs, I guess, because you could pay somebody to go pick them up and take them back
Yep.
and charge them.
They're
Dude,
called
one of my
and
coworkers
juicers.
does that.
or whatever.
Yep, juicers.
But
Juicers.
they also have bikes like that
Yep.
that are electric.
Electric
You don't
bikes.
have to pedal.
Yep.
You
Jump.
just swipe
Yep.
your card and it goes, and it's a bike.
Those were all over Arizona. Yep.
We, me and my brother were messing with. Should we steal one?
They're
Should we
incredible.
check it and take it home?
People have been stealing the batteries out of the Lime scooters.
So
How?
You open them up with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Jesus.
So the geofencing that they have on it, does it stop it dead in its tracks, or does it just limit its speed?
It can.
Because
Yeah,
from
there's
everything that I
there's
heard about
3
the,
different zones.
during the CWS, it was like it would limit your speed to like 2 miles an hour.
And that's
so
where
said it was completely pointless.
People were trying to push
even-
it like a normal
Yeah.
scooter. Like,
But
come
it
on.
has
But the moment they
GPS
go
on it,
back
so they can
into
find
like the
where
area,
it's at.
then they can ride it normal.
So there's 3 zones. There's the green zone, which is this is
You're
where
all
the
good.
scooters are supposed to be. There are the orange zones, which are like where a lot of pedestrian traffic is expected to be. So
Uh-huh.
like during the CWS,
They
right
slow
down
it
there
down.
by Mike Fahey and Cass,
It just slows it
by
down.
the old mattress factory, yeah, it slows it down to 5 miles an hour. I think.
Are
is the
there
actual
red
limit.
zones where it completely
How
stops
fast
it
is the
and there's no
motherfucker?
motion
They're
whatsoever?
not red zones. They're just not green or orange.
But if they're
which means
supposed to
it's
be ridden
outside
in
of
the
the
street,
operational area,
Why
Does it just
drop
turn
the
off?
speed?
because
worried about
those streets
pedestrians.
were closed during Call's World Series because
there were no roads
open.
open.
Sure,
yeah.
makes sense.
So does it like stop the electrical part of it? Period.
I mean, they've got GPS receivers in them and some sort of other computer.
So-
So yeah,
But
basically just turns them off.
I was riding
Okay.
one.
I'm just saying, what's to stop somebody from taking one and taking it all the way out to Village Point down Dodge?
The
I
fencing.
mean, you
so
could grab
I-
it. Well,
But
I mean,
you
you like
couldn't
put
ride
it
or
in
if
your
it
car and then
or if
take
it turns
somewhere.
off, you just push it like a normal scooter. Does it
No,
turn the brakes
no,
on?
No. It
No,
you,
it just-
you don't go anywhere.
It locks.
Okay,
So
so then you pick it up.
So it rolls,
Take-
but you push and
Grab
it's-
10 of them, throw them in the bed of a pickup, and drive them out to Village Point.
They won't work.
Who's going to stop
You
you?
could
Oh,
do that.
But
Well,
you
could
can
do it.
You can
Yeah,
do it.
you can
But they're just gonna go out and pick it up and bring it back.
yeah.
Because
Eventually.
there's a
goes out and charges
GPS
them.
system
There were
on it.
there
Okay,
were 3 of
so
them
take
in La
some and
Vista
drive them out to
on
Wayne.
the trail in the
Drive them to
Yeah.
Columbus.
You can
like
do whatever
drive
you
them to
hell you
Fremont.
want.
Like
I think I saw there was an article on East Coast. They picked out like 15. I don't know how. Like double-digit amount of scooters out of the river.
Yeah.
Because people were just like, "See ya."
toss
That-
them.
that was
Yeah.
That was their biggest concern downtown. You cannot ride anywhere near the pedestrian bridge because they were afraid people would ride and toss them into the river.
Yeah.
Can't blame them.
Yeah, no,
But-
that's
Yeah,
that's
no, not at
smart.
all.
There were
That
3
part
of them
makes
on
sense.
Southwind Trail in La Vista
See,
from downtown.
but there's GPS on
Yeah.
them though, so they can go
you
get
can at
them.
least tell where they are.
Right.
So how difficult
And if
would
somebody
it
is
be
dumb enough to
remove the
steal it or bring it to
GPS?
their house, not
Very
hard. Again,
probably.
I mean, a
it's
screwdriver.
probably a
drill.
torque screwdriver, maybe a
saw.
security
Yeah,
torque.
it's probably the tamper-proof Torx bit, and all you have to do is go get the actual Torx bit.
Yeah, like
And you're in.
yeah.
Buy it on Amazon.
If
for
you want
$10.
really want to be a dick.
Exactly. I mean,
I
that's-
mean,
Steal
you just
this
fucking write it.
motherfucker!
People are stealing the batteries
it-
out of them
oh,
and the
it is-
motors.
well,
I'm
you
sure.
might.
I
Well,
will
you
say-
might as well figure out how they charge it. Steal one of them. Take the
need a
GPS out,
charger.
and you
Plug 'em
have a
in.
fucking electric scooter.
I will say, overall, it is a great idea that, if implemented correctly, can be the best thing ever.
I don't
But
think it's done well in
so
Omaha,
many
and I think-
people have such bad intentions that people are gonna
So
fuck it up
in-
So
for
that,
everybody
and
else.
I also don't think that Omaha is because we're.
I don't
if
think we're
Omaha
built
was more
for it.
bike friendly, it would have been. It would have been perfect
100%,
for it.
100%.
Because
So-
we have no bike lanes, so
No, we
they're
do.
riding
They
at
just don't
few
connect to each other.
lanes.
We have
There's
few
very
bike
few,
lanes.
but
in Phoenix, there are so many different bar areas that you
Yep.
can ride to different
Well,
areas.
that's the other thing.
But in Phoenix, you must put a picture of your ID with your account, so they know what scooter you are registered to. So let's say
Can they
something
ticket
were to,
you?
Let's say something were to happen to that scooter.
They
Then
can
they can
charge
say,
you. They can come.
you did this to
come
that
and get-
scooter.
yeah.
We're
to
coming
the
for
scooter
you.
alone.
Yes.
But like if you were
You're driving
drunkenly,
drunk as fuck.
I was gonna say if you were
No,
drunkenly,
They do charge DUI in Phoenix.
if you were drunkenly
For
crossing a
driving a
road,
It says that.
scooter?
Yep, it says that.
What?
It's a
What if I had
motorized
my own
vehicle.
goddamn scooter?
Down there, it's a motorized vehicle.
that's what I was gonna say. If you were drunkenly crossing a road, like you're in the
On a
bike lane,
scooter.
say you're in the bike lane and you swerve out into traffic and somebody else crashes.
You're liable.
You, I mean,
You're on a
but
motor-
yeah,
In Phoenix, you're on a motorized vehicle.
okay.
So you're when
But-
you get on, you're a.
But if that happened in
what
Omaha-
constitutes
If
a
that happened in
motorized
Omaha-
vehicle?
it's not
Oh, God,
developed,
this
so
debate.
it's just
Exactly.
Gas,
we-
electric.
we
yeah,
had this debate at
Omaha
work.
is slacking.
It's electricity. I'm pretty sure.
Which any sort of
that
motor.
constitutes motorized?
I think
No,
any
he
sort
was-
of
Oh,
motor.
no,
It says
no, like
speed.
That's a good point.
It's
It
speed.
could be a speed threshold, but
certain
I think
speed.
it's any moving vehicle that is powered by anything other than pure human,
human
movement.
power.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Well, that makes sense.
so like if you
So
have,
I can ride a bike drunk as fuck because it's by me.
No.
It's
no,
powered
I don't
by
know
me.
if you can.
It's not powered by anybody
because
else.
I think there's certain bicycle laws specifically.
Also, depending on
for
where you
that.
are, I've seen episodes of cops where guys got
where they
pulled
pulled them over
and
for
they
it.
got DUI for riding a bike or
So, no,
or J riding on a bike.
Trace,
across
it's an
the street.
additional law on top of the motorized one. If
I
you're
gotcha.
drunkenly riding
But
a bike,
that's
it's
kind
the
of
same
BS.
as. Have you ever heard the story of the guy
Where
that
you
was
ride a
riding
lawnmower
his? No, a guy
and
was
you get
riding his horse
DUI.
home from the bar,
Oh, yes.
drunk, and a cop pulled him over, and he stopped him and said, "Like, you're drunk. You're not allowed to do this." And he's like, "I'm not driving. The horse knows the way home."
Technically,
And the
he
cop
was
let
at-
him off.
He was at 1
Like-
horsepower.
That's fair.
But I don't know if they measure by horsepower, though, but
Eventually,
But
I
no,
mean,
that I-
self-driving cars will be able to do that too, or like
right,
an
because you
autopilot
just
mode.
be like, "Hey,
and
Take
in
me
all
home, and
honesty,
they'll
though,
fucking
like
take you
as
home.
long as nothing like happens or you're not swerving all over the place, nobody notices anyway. Like,
nobody."
So
cares.
when I
Generally,
was-
you wouldn't notice if you're an
like-
autopilot because it's not going to be swerving.
I am
anywhere.
so
Exactly.
happy
It's gonna
I
be
got my
suspiciously
fucking
good,
tags
actually.
no,
It's
today.
gonna be.
exactly,
I'd-
yeah, yeah.
I would have been at like a beer right now if I didn't get my tags.
When I was in English class, there was an article written that we had to read as a class and kind of give a reaction. But it was about drunk driving and the fact that if you were to get pulled over on the way home, but you were like, say, to make it home safe, there would be no penalty against you because technically you were able to drive home.
Wait, explain
Say
that.
that again.
Yeah.
So they were saying like you couldn't get pulled over for drunk driving unless there was like an infraction
Another
on your
cause for
behalf.
the cop to pull them
Yes.
over. Yes, 100%.
So
That no,
Which-
that is 100% a thing.
right, and
Because there, well, I mean, even swerving outside the lines, any suspicion whatsoever that you have a DUI is proof enough for them to pull you
and
over.
obviously most of the actions are preventable. Especially if someone's drinking, you say, "Oh, that car's swerving, they're gonna cause a wreck." That's why they get in trouble. By the law.
Exactly, exactly.
But I think the whole premise of this one was to say like until you get in that wreck, that there was no force that they could put into it.
until
Because
you are
if you were to make it home, then technically you
pulled
were
over for a probable reason,
Yes.
there's no way that they could know that you were intoxicated.
Right.
Yes. I mean, that's, yeah,
is what the whole
technically.
article was about.
I mean, it's the same thing with driving without a registration, driving without a license. Nobody's going to know
Until
unless
they-
they pull you over.
Well,
then
if you
they
don't
find-
drive without registration, you don't have your tags.
Well, but you could also just not have the registration in the car.
or a license
Oh, that's
plate.
true. That's fair.
But if it's registered but you don't have it with you, it's just like a fine.
It's
It
a
pops
fine.
up.
But however, if you don't have it registered at all, it's also just a fine. Because I looked this up
Yes.
because I didn't re-register my vehicle until about 2 weeks after
my brother,
expired.
Same.
my brother
And-
got in trouble for this. This is part of the whole
But
debacle.
no, and so that's the thing is that I drove for. Don't do this. Pay your fucking registration and all that. But I had
Pay your
some
shit.
title issues and all that I was trying to get solved. But I drove for a week and a half without updated registration. I still had my old one that expired a week and a half ago.
You-
But
You paid a fee for an expired tag. is what
prorated
it
If-
is.
based
if-
on how many
you
days
pay
you're
extra.
overdue.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
within that
What
month,
I
though,
had
if you're
looked-
out of that month, then
No,
it's a fee.
from at least everything that I actually it's up to
It's a fee even
a
if
year,
you're a
I
day
believe.
late.
No, actually, I didn't have to pay any extra fees when I did my registration.
right,
I
but
had
you
to,
were
and I
you
was
were
like
only
2
a
weeks
couple
out
weeks.
once.
I think it's like 2 or 3 weeks after, and then
Well,
you have to
maybe
pay.
maybe
You
it
pay
just
like
all
a
rolled
flat
in since
rate
I did it
of
online.
over-
I didn't
Well, I did
go
mine
in or
online
anything.
too.
But
If you pay with a card, it costs this much. If you pay
well,
with
fucking
e-check, it's
fees
this
and all that
much.
bullshit.
Okay.
But so for a week and a half when I was driving, as long as I wasn't doing anything stupid to give a cop a reason to pull me over,
Didn't call
or
attention to it.
just make sure there's not a cop driving directly behind me that's gonna happen to look at my plate and notice that the sticker's wrong.
I have seen
Guess
cars
what?
With
You're
the
fine.
old plate.
I've seen
Oh,
cars
yeah.
like 8 months out of
Oh,
like tag
no, I've
date.
seen
And
them
I'm
with
like,
the old
what the
plates,
heck?
which are over. I've seen them.
They're 2 years old
I've
now.
seen one car with the plates before the last plates.
Oh God.
That means it's
The
been
one with
what,
the covered
7
wagon
years?
on it?
7 years.
Yeah. No. Wait.
Oh,
no,
the bird
no,
on it?
that doesn't
Yeah.
mean
No, the-
anything.
the bird
You
on
can-
it
Maybe
is
it sat in
two.
a barn
You
and they
can
finally
keep.
decided to
You
drive
can
it.
keep the old.
If you have a
plates.
certain one, yes, but it did not have any stickers on it whatsoever, which means that they hadn't
Oh.
renewed in at least a year.
Right. Well, I mean, it depends because if I wanted to
Well, no,
keep,
they come with a sticker.
I got asked.
You get new plates,
asked.
you get a sticker. They always have a sticker. on
Yeah,
it.
it's
It's
not an
ingrained in.
actual
Well, no, yeah,
sticker.
but
it's
I'm
like
saying-
printed
On your
on
first
the
go
plate.
around.
No,
It's built
on the
into it.
first go round,
Yeah.
it's
New
built
plate.
in. But
Oh,
so
yeah,
for
alright.
20, we're in 2019 right now. The red stickers. 2018 was black
Black.
stickers.
Yep.
Right before
This
that.
one was
2020 is
not
white.
They were not red or black. So that means it was at least a year old. Oh, at least over a year. Even if they had the historical plates, which for that set would have been what, early 2000s, late 2000s. There's no historical vehicles in there that you're getting those plates for.
Right.
So that was just somebody that didn't renew their registration for.
How do
8
you
years.
get historical? Do you apply for that?
You have to
You
have
have to have a
you have
historical car.
It has to be
Well,
a.
I think
Within a
it's,
truck
certain
or what- it's
limitation.
certain.
it's 25 years
age.
at least.
Are those
think
tax
so.
exempt?
Because that's antique.
Yes.
That's
at that point.
antique. Yeah, 25.
But it you have to
Hey,
prove that
I
it's an
could get
original
tax
vehicle
exempt.
from that time frame in order to
Yeah.
get those plates.
Right.
That's
So you couldn't just
bizarre
like
that
build
they
a truck
allow
out
it.
of like mangled parts from that.
No,
era
you have
and be
to
like,
you have
"Here
to
it
prove
is."
that it's original in
Right.
its factory
Right.
condition.
I could
or
get tax exempt
at least restored, I think.
because
But,
of my trailer. Depends on commercial.
Yeah, that's the thing.
well, and that's like you can say I live
almost
out in the
every
country. It's a
farm
truck.
vehicle,
Right.
not for
Yeah.
almost
hire.
every single county plate that you see that's
Yeah.
on a pickup truck is a commercial truck.
Yep.
Quote unquote.
Well, I know somebody that
Because they pull things.
Or
no,
a-
it's because
or
they
a
use
ci-
it for work. Is
Well,
what it
that
is.
too. I could have.
City vehicles
They
don't
asked
pay
me.
tax.
well, I
They
know
literally
somebody,
asked me. They were like, "Hey, you do this," and I really didn't want to pay taxes.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yeah, no."
I know somebody
it's
that
just me, like,
his dad owns a farm, like lives on a farm, like legit reason to have a farm truck. But so instead of himself buying the truck, his dad bought the truck, and he's just
Who is
paying
this?
his dad back to get the farm
Don't say
plates.
who it
Is
is.
this
I'm
who
not gonna.
thinking
Don't
of?
Yes,
say
it
who.
is. It's who you're thinking
It's his father-in-law, not his.
of. Okay,
actual dad.
either way, but yeah.
But because he needed a tax write-off, so his
So
So
they
does
get
it-
away with
his-
that. I've
No,
seen an
it-
Escalade
I mean,
with a
as-
commercial farm
Exactly.
truck.
As
I'm
long
like,
as
really?
you
But
can
you're using
give
that?
somewhat
Right.
reason,
Yeah.
they're not really going to
Really?
care.
I've
What
seen
really
that
annoys
too.
me is people who obviously live at a house in obviously Nebraska but have Iowa plates on their car.
Oh, because it's cheaper.
Uh,
Yep.
I actually know
Yes.
somebody that
That's
also
how my-
does that as well.
That's
Yeah.
what my old neighbor was with
You're
Missouri.
I mean, I suppose it's not technically illegal if you own property in Iowa, but there are
Well,
laws
technically,
about how long
there
you
is a
have
law.
to live.
Yeah.
There
in
is a
that.
law that
You have to live there for a majority of the year.
You're,
Maybe
you're
res-
spo- it's where
residency,
the
right?
vehicle has situs, so it's where the vehicle is stored for a majority of the year.
Yeah.
Basically,
So-
residency. For
So
the vehicle.
technically,
So yeah, technically.
like when
residency.
I lived in Wichita, and I took the car that I had down
there
to
are,
Wichita
there are ordinances that exempt like college
for a
students.
college student. Yeah. But I mean, technically
But-
though, my car was situs, whatever it is, in
Satan.
Wichita, not Omaha, for
Was
a
your
year and a
insurance
half.
in Omaha or Wichita?
Omaha.
Depending on the crime
I mean,
rate in
I was
Wichita.
a college student.
Sure, but depending on the crime rate in Wichita, it might have been more beneficial
Very
for you to
nice.
register or for you to get your
I don't know.
insurance.
I
based
also
in Wichita.
got in an accident when I was down there and got a ticket during the accident. So that,
Ooh.
yeah,
So it was your fault.
Yeah, my
And
insurance
lost
went
a
it was
job.
100% my fault.
Your fault.
What?
Were you watching
and
porn?
lost a job.
Lost a job?
Yeah,
Oh,
you lost
shit.
a job.
Called
How did
out.
I lose a job?
Quick Trip.
Shoot. You worked at Quick
Did you not lose the job?
Story.
They said maybe at this time it will not work.
Story.
No, that is not how it happened.
You worked at
No.
Quick Trip?
I
So
didn't know that.
I
Were you
got a
watching
job at
porn while
I got
driving?
a no.
Oh.
I got a job
Why
at Quick
is,
Trip.
why is Matt the porn guy?
Because he got in trouble in the dorms for
'Cause I'm
porn.
a single guy.
yeah.
No, he got in
No,
trouble
it was
in
not
the
for porn. It
dorms
was for
fucking
illegally
movie.
downloading
Pirate
Game
shit.
of Thrones.
It was porn. Don't
It was
lie.
pirating
I mean,
Game of
Game of
Thrones.
So Game of
pretty
Thrones
close to
is
porn.
borderline
Pirating
porn.
porn.
Anyway, I got a job at
Porn.
Quick Trip when I was down in Wichita because I was like, well,
What
I
the-
got all this extra free time that I'm not doing with anything.
some
I
money.
I should get a job. Yeah, I'm running low on money.
How
Whatever.
old were you?
How old were you a year out of high school?
19?
18.
I was
19.
18?
I was 18.
We were 18.
So yeah, 18 years old. Okay.
you were
well,
19.
You were 19.
What's your
was
social security
right
number?
about
Why the fuck
19.
are we asking these questions?
No, it
No,
was
I would've
after
been
that, so
18
you'd
'cause
been
I
you would have
think
been 18.
I moved back before I turned 19.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Users.
Or no,
No.
For
Yeah,
July.
You would have started
yeah,
your
yeah,
first
yeah.
year as an 18-year-old.
2011.
I like
I
stirring the
I
pot.
turned 18 right
I
after
know you did.
graduation.
Yes.
Turned
And then you
19,
would've
then I
been-
moved back at the end of fall
Right.
because I was
so
there for
18.
3 semesters. So fall, spring, and
18.
fall.
You were 18.
So I turned. It was either 18 or 19.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely 18 because I didn't have a car for spring semester. That's what it was.
Right. Yeah, because I had to come pick your ass up.
Yeah, for spring break.
Yep.
That's what it was.
That's me
Okay,
and
so
Alex
I
Sater
was 18.
drove down- Oh, shit.
So,
I said his last
um,
Glad we got that figured
Okay,
out.
so
Did you go somewhere or come back?
Fuck
Here.
off, Joel.
Did you for spring break? Did you
Ignore
go
him.
somewhere?
No,
No, we
came
came back to
I said
Omaha.
we
You
came
said
back
you
to
got him.
Omaha.
I didn't know if you went somewhere.
We
okay,
should've
so
went
I got a
somewhere.
job at Quick
Where
Trip.
would you have gone?
Quick.
Mexico. We should have went to Mexico.
Fuck, we should have. I guess
We would have been old enough. It wouldn't have
Where
mattered.
did you get the job?
Quick Trip.
Ignore everyone. Just look at me.
All right.
The store
so
number.
Then, I hadn't actually been to the store yet. I'd only been to the
Okay.
central location for training on the very first day.
You got fired before you even said that.
I didn't get fired. Well,
Let him
okay.
finish.
So
I didn't get fired. I just
I
didn't
went
have
in.
a job
I
anymore.
went on day 1. Okay, come in, and we're gonna do training. Okay, cool. We're gonna do training. Go in. Did training all day. Get like a packet of shit. Like study that. Or look over this so that you can learn the computer system and all that. Okay, cool. Go home. Supposed to start. I don't think it was the next day. I think it was the day after. I was supposed to go to
like
then
a
the
Monday.
location I was supposed to start at.
But he never made it.
On my way home from class, I got in a car accident.
Oh.
And fucked up my car enough that I could not drive my
Couldn't
car.
drive it.
They had to tow my car to the shop or whatever. So I didn't have a way to get to work or to Quick Trip to start my first day at that location, second day as an employee of Quick
Just
Trip.
got the umbilical cord right there.
He's
And
been fired. I told you.
So the guy that was doing the training and was like, if anything, like, just here's the number to call kind of thing, and called and said, I'm supposed to start today. I got in an accident. I don't have a car. I can't get to work. All right. Well, when you get your car fixed, call us back, because I guess I was a good enough applicant that they really wanted me. I guess call us back,
Yeah.
and then we'll be able to go get you set up again. Okay, cool. I didn't get my car back for 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it was a month. Whatever it was.
That
Who did
bad?
you take it to?
I don't
What
know.
did you
No,
run into?
I don't even know if it. However
Yeah,
long.
what did
I
you do?
hit the back end of another car.
God
completely
damn.
crumpled my front
Was
end.
it the Batmobile? My God.
But didn't get my car back for a while. By the time that I did get my car back, the guy that I had called to
Hired
say like I couldn't
3 more
do
employees.
whatever
And your
had
ass was
had
gone.
called me once, and I had answered and said no, it's still not fixed. It should be by the end of the week. By the end of the week, when I got my car back, I was kind of like, I don't really want a job. I love not having to work and being able to sit on my ass and
don't
play video
fucking
games all day.
lie.
100% that's what happened. And so I just never called back. He called me back 3 more times and I never answered and just never went back. So I technically was employed at Quick Trip for 1 day and
Nice.
made like
That's
60
that's
bucks
what
or
I
something
did for
like
Finish
that.
Line
But-
too. I was employed
So
for 1 day.
so did I get
What?
fired or did I quit?
Yeah.
Fired.
Maybe on their paper I got fired for
Fired.
no show. Maybe.
All right.
Yeah, they
Although
terminated you for
technically,
You bitched
did I
out.
ever even start? Because I
Yeah.
never did any actual work. I only ever did
You
training.
did
You
train.
bitched out. Training
Yeah,
is part of
but
the work.
I mean, if somebody doesn't fucking show up where we work,
Okay, but the way
They're
that we
fired.
do our training is nowhere near the way that they did their
as
training.
long
No,
as you
and I
got
would-
paid, you were an employee.
This would be
I would
like
argue that
thank you.
the place that we work. We're going to send you down to downtown Omaha and you're going to go into our office and train there for 6 hours.
Oh, that's fair.
as long as you get paid, you're an employee.
And then we'll send you over to the next place the next day. I did technically get paid, but they did a weird thing where they
Employee.
put it on like a
like a card,
gift card
like a
kind of
debit
thing.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too
I
quick
hate
trip.
that.
You're fired.
Well, no, or whatever.
That would have been funny as
But-
shit.
So
Hey,
they
you gotta
didn't
come
pay
in
him.
to get
They
this.
paid him, but didn't.
But
he had
whatever,
to spend it
whatever it
himself
was,
back.
Sure,
no,
that's
no,
illegal.
that's the worst part. Is I lost the fucking thing, so I never ended up getting that
Oh,
60
damn.
bucks.
So to me, a no-show is different than an actual firing. It's still a
100%.
termination no matter what from the company's perspective. But it's like, oh, they just, I mean, you didn't really. Firing to me implies that you had a conversation with that employee and said, you don't have a job anymore.
Yeah,
Please leave.
Versus just no showing versus like putting in your
I
2
quit,
weeks and
yeah.
quitting. Yeah,
They're all terminations from the company's perspective.
yes, yes.
But they're different kinds.
The more you know.
But it's just a personal thing. Like, I didn't get fired. No, I just never
fuck
went back.
You can't fire me. I quit.
So technically, I have had 2 jobs in my life, but in reality, I've only ever had one.
You didn't
all
work in high
numbers.
school?
Yeah, at the place that I work now.
Oh, okay.
I've worked there for, it'll be 10 years
Matt
in
was born there.
August. It'll be 10 years in August.
You retained tenure even when you weren't here, or did they?
I
count
still
that
worked
gap?
on breaks and everything. So
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
I was still in
counts.
the employee files and everything, given everybody's still in the
I'm
employee
hoping
files
that.
there, but
So I mentioned this earlier. I'm going back to the company that I worked at in high school
Mhm.
and right out of high school as a second job for supplementary income. I wonder if my tenure starts again. Where
Berkshire Hathaway.
yeah. I wonder if my
Like,
tenure
just straight with Warren Buffett. That's
yeah,
where he
one
worked.
of the 50 employees of that company. I wonder if my tenure starts like if it starts again at 0
Or
does
if
it
you
pick
get,
up
like,
at
the
3
4
years, 8
years
months,
and
and
then-
then go. Like
That'd be a good, that's a good question to ask.
no, 3 years, 10 months actually. Yeah,
Call
Have you
Warren.
interviewed
Well,
already?
yeah, I did. I'm
Okay.
going to get my old employee number back.
Okay,
Call-
so then
So
I
my
would,
tenure
I
might
would think so.
might pick up
Call
where it left
Warren.
off.
Like you never left.
Yeah,
Call and ask.
Only
I should.
10 years later.
Go knock on his
8
door.
years
It's
later.
been in about what? 12? Yeah, in about a week. In 9 days, it will be exactly 7 years since I left that company.
Yeah.
Damn.
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 Damn! God damn! Damn!
What was his name? What was the guy's
Ron
name?
Simmons.
Ron Simmons, yeah.
God, why do I know
Damn.
this
Damn.
bullshit?
I
Actually,
could think
what's
of,
really
he
funny,
was part of the APA, but I couldn't
Yeah,
think of his
I
name.
quoted something earlier at work today, and the kid I work with, the guy I work with,
Yeah.
he
Kid.
looked at me all weird, and I was like, "You wouldn't get it. It's from WWE."
I had a dream last night that we were at
Here we go.
a like live event. It was something WWE related. It wasn't
Who's
like
we?
it. I remember I was there. I know Trace was there. I know Brennan was there.
All right, I made it.
That's all that I remember
Lucky.
for
There.
sure. Only because something happened with you that stuck out, which I will say.
Shit.
And I know that Trace was, because I had talked to Trace at some point in it. But
Did I do something gay?
no,
I did
no.
something gay.
We were.
You put a
It
finger
wasn't
in your
even
butt.
like a show, like with a ring and everything that they actually did matches and all that. No, it was like a like 80,000 person arena.
Jesus.
And they were doing like a look back over the years or some shit like that. Like talking about different people throughout the company and all that. And like, oh, like, let's give a hand to Vince on this stuff. Oh, let's give a hand to Triple H on this stuff. And then somehow, I don't know when this came to my reality in here, but our group had VIP tickets or something. So we got to go backstage. And so... But we were being escorted backstage by, I know Triple H was next to me. Batista was there as well.
Evolution? or what are you
no,
going
I mean,
through?
just those are the two that stick out that I can remember at this
DX
point.
or what?
And so we're walking backstage. Brendan was up ahead at some point, like because eventually you ended up. I saw you.
I got
As
RKO'd.
we're watching, we see like the screen as we're walking by, and it was Batista wearing the big gold belt, like the old school WWE Heavyweight Championship.
Right.
I was like, oh, that always used to be one of my dreams as a kid. Like, that was what I looked up to, was Batista wearing the big
That's
belt.
what I said?
Like, no, I said
Oh,
that
you
to
said that.
Batista.
Oh.
And then it switched over to Vince, and I looked over at Triple H and was like, God, he's done such a good job with this company kind of thing. And then we hit the backstage thing, so we can't see the screens anymore. But then we're still walking, and then all of a sudden, like, Brendan's standing over there with, like, an usher or something. Like, you know, like somebody that works at the venue. And we're all like, Brendan, what are you doing? And he's like, I don't know. My ticket got ripped up or something, so they won't let me in. And then so we
Bye,
walk.
Brendan.
We walk in, and then that's as far as I
That's-
remember.
wow.
But yeah,
Said, see you later, fucker.
Wow, Brendan, you get cock blocked at match streams.
Damn.
That's funny.
Whoa,
hey, I
whoa,
started
see
a
you
timer.
yeah, it was literally like, yeah, fuck you. We're still gonna go, but
You got ripped.
13 minutes.
Deuces.
Damn.
I've been having some wild dreams lately.
Have you been taking
As long as
chances?
that's
much?
the worst I've done.
Fucking
no,
smoking some DMT or what the fuck?
no,
You
God,
no.
fuck that shit.
Jesus.
I took some sleeping pills last night. That might have
That's
been part of
why.
it.
You have sleeping pills?
Like just like the
The Z-Quil?
Z-Quil, yeah,
Yeah.
like
Oh.
That'll
it
still
just
do
helps
it,
you
though.
fall asleep, kind of thing.
So, I took Ambien for a while. and it's well known to cause issues with people.
Did you hear about that story about the lady who shot her husband in the head?
Because he said you won't do it.
No,
No,
well,
that was the stabbing one that I showed
Oh, that was
earlier.
stabbing. Okay.
No, she was on Ambien.
Yeah.
Fell asleep, woke up, thought somebody broke in her house.
Yeah.
On Ambien.
Uh-huh.
Shot him.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if she killed him or not.
That's why you're not supposed to wake up people
But
who are sleepwalking.
She wasn't. Or nobody woke
Well.
her up. She just literally woke up herself.
You could argue
he was
that
sleeping.
it was sleepwalking.
He was sleeping. She shot him. And doesn't remember doing it.
Yeah.
So then they sued
Or she
Ambien.
says she doesn't.
Well,
No,
they probably
that
sued
they-
Pfizer or whoever the
They
fuck
proved
owns it, but-
that she had no idea. Because, the cops kept asking her and asking her and asking her. And she's like, I don't know what all I know is what you're telling me. I have no idea what happened. I don't remember it. So then, all right, what were you on? She's like, well, I take Ambien to sleep. And they're like, oh.
So who
Okay.
sued Ambien? The county or the
No, the
city or-
person. The
person
the
that
lady.
died?
woman.
The
Oh,
the
oh,
woman.
oh.
person that died.
Sued
Well, we don't know.
That's
we don't know if
they
the
pulled
husband
out a
died.
Ouija,
Okay, so
a Ouija
she
board. We're
sued
like,
Ambien
sued
for
Ambien and
causing
won.
her
Sue-
to
And
kill
won.
her husband.
sue them.
And won
Yes,
in court.
won.
She won against one
In
of the
court, or
biggest-
they settle?
I think it was in court. I think
Alright.
it was. Because then you have Roseanne Barr, who was on Ambien and tweeted a bunch of shit and then got fired.
Was she on Ambien though?
Yeah, she was. I thought it was
This
really
is my
funny,
suspicious face.
Though.
That's
Well,
not-
yeah,
not,
I can see it.
not convinced.
But how fucking funny is that?
Anyway, so I took Ambien for a while, but the thing is with Ambien, so I'm on Chantix right now.
Can
For
you
the s-
drink
for
on
the smoking.
Chantix?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's nothing
Well,
that says
good.
you can't.
Wait, what?
Even
What?
the allergy pills that I'm on, usually allergy medicine's like, hey,
What?
be careful when you drink with this.
I think any
Oh,
kind of
weird.
medicine you do says, hey, you probably shouldn't drink.
No, most
Right.
well, the medicine,
Most
all
of
the
them.
medicines that I'm on right now say nothing about drinking with
Is
them.
it? Are you saying that because you didn't even read it, or are you
No,
just
I
saying
read.
that
I
'cause
always
you
read them
actually
because I'm a
read through
fucking
it?
Boy Scout. So I always read every one of
boy.
them.
So you know how to read because you're a Boy Scout.
Yes.
What are you
Well,
saying
fuck
about
the
us?
rest of us.
But Zyrtec specifically says, hey,
Don't do it.
you can't. You can drink on this, but the effects might be amplified.
Yeah.
So you might get
You might
drunk
get
after
all
one
crazy.
beer instead of two because you're and you're lightweight. So, yeah, on Ambien, the best sleep I've ever had in my life. Nobody ever said, and I've been known to sleepwalk.
Have you taken
Right.
melatonin?
I have not.
That actually supposedly helps you fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's your body produces to make
Well,
you go to
I know
sleep,
your body
but-
does it. Mine must not produce it because it takes me.
I've
Well,
never
I got all
taken
sorts of
any
issues.
sleeping pill. I've never, other
I've-
than NyQuil, that knocks me
Yes.
How fucking
NyQuil's
crazy-
great,
All
but
right.
the problem
I've
is
never
that's why you
taken
do
it.
Z-Quils because
How-
it doesn't have the
I've
Right.
never
things
taken anything other than
get you addicted to NyQuil.
Right.
stuff.
How crazy is it? I went to my doctor one time. I was like, "Hey, I'm having trouble sleeping. I have a couple things coming up that I'm kind of stressed about." He's like, 60 sleeping pills.
Damn.
Christ.
Yeah. No.
What?
Nope. Go to a new doctor.
I'm like,
Yeah.
huh?
You got any left?
So, I have no idea.
He tell
So,
you to beat off.
so what I
before
did
bed?
was I was like, I cut it in half because I am afraid of taking sleeping pills. My anxiety will not let me take sleeping
Why?
pills. Because I'm afraid to not.
not
He's
wake
afraid he's
up.
gonna wake
Yeah.
up and shoot
Be,
someone.
and the reason I'm not going to wake up is because I took a fucking drug to go to
Well,
sleep.
and that's the thing.
That
is
bugs me. If I fall asleep and die in my sleep, what the fuck ever.
Yeah,
But if
you'll-
I
you'll
take
never know.
something, right?
Well,
guess
I'll
what?
never
You're
know.
still not gonna know.
Unless we all live in a simulation.
Oh,
But-
Here we go.
God damn it, we
Um,
don't have time for this.
We have all the time in the world.
We do not.
That's
we
the
even
only
have
reason
time? What
though
is
that
time?
I took those last night
off,
was
Monday.
because I knew that I had all the time in the world to sleep.
What is time?
No, well, no. I mean, I'm not saying I think I'm gonna die, but all the warnings, all the warnings on it always say do not take, or it's
Z-Quil says you need to have 8 hours to waste.
yeah,
basically.
expect at least 8 hours of sleep if you take
Damn.
this kind of thing, and it's
It's accurate
if I
to the
take
fucking
half of
no,
it-
but that's the thing.
If
Is
I
that
take half of it, do
I
I
took
sleep
it-
for 4?
I think I took it at 10:30 last night.
Yeah.
And I think I didn't fall asleep until almost midnight, even with taking that.
Yeah, is it the pill form?
Yeah.
That's why.
But then
Takes about
I
45
didn't.
minutes
I
to
woke
an
up at
hour.
9.
Yeah.
I think I woke up once in the middle of the night to pee, I think. And that
So
was
what?
it.
So what happens if you have an alarm in the morning and you wake
You
up
don't hear it.
before your 8
I
hours?
promise you.
See,
That
what,
bad?
Yeah.
What messes
Wow.
me up
You
is
are dead to the world
Which
for
is
at
why
least
I-
8 hours.
Damn.
Yeah,
Unless
no,
somebody,
no,
like,
I'm out on that.
Punches you in the face when you're sleeping.
I am so
Ooh,
bad
I
at
like
taking
that.
medicine when they're like, take every 6 hours. I'm not going to wake up at 2 a.m. to take
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Take it,
absolutely
yeah.
not.
I just take it once and then like that's
next
it.
So-
I take it
so-
right before I go to bed, and then the first thing I do when I wake
Yep.
up.
No.
So
Like,
having
that's
my-
close enough.
Having my 2 surgeries, I got a shit ton of fucking pain meds. Like,
Yeah.
here, take this. Every
Pain meds are something
fucking
I won't
6
fuck with.
hours. I only took one before bed, and then after a little bit, like if I'd take it regularly. So let's say I took it Monday through Friday.
Uh-huh.
On Thursday and Friday, like I woke up Thursday, I'd feel hungover, and I didn't drink, and then I'd wake up Friday after taking it and feel hungover.
Welcome to
Like,
having
I'd have-
sleep apnea.
I'd have a massive ass fucking headache.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous headache. So I said, fuck this. I'm done taking this shit. I sleep better without it. Fuck it if I'm in pain. I'm awake anyway. What does it matter? So I slept better without it than taking it. And they were like, how many pills you have? I'm like, well, fuck, it doesn't matter. I'm not taking them.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
here's
everybody's
another-
different, but
Prescription.
About true.
I have 2 prescriptions at fucking CVS I can go fill right now worth 40 fucking hydrocodones.
About tree
Each.
fitty.
I got 60 to start.
Why don't you get that?
I
Because my wife does stuff with substance abuse.
Yeah.
Well, don't abuse it, and you're good.
It's not me.
Every once in a while.
I'm trying to make some money here, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Use it
I'll
when you're in
abuse it.
pain.
I'm not you or your wife, so.
I don't know what the street value of hydro is, but,
Quite a bit.
All right, so we're about at the end now.
roughly.
Pretty
we
close.
have-
We gotta
hold
be.
on, hold on.
All right, so
We
Two
probably
minutes.
have
Let
time
me
for
look.
one more topic.
5 minutes.
I was going to say,
6
I want to go back
minutes.
to what Brennan said.
Time.
A simulation.
Oh,
Knock this
simulation.
monster.
Oh,
Tree
that.
fitty.
Okay, so say
He's
that
just
life
running
is
down
a
the list.
simulation.
I said no.
Say-
I ain't got no true fitty.
Say that life is a simulation.
Goddamn
When you
goddamn
die,
monster.
you wake up from like playing a VR video game, essentially,
The
kind of
Matrix.
thing, right?
Or Inception.
All right.
Like the
So,
Matrix.
when you die, though,
Or
the
Inception.
first thing that shows up on the screen that you're looking at is a list of stats from the life that you just
Ooh,
lived.
yeah.
Okay.
I heard this recently.
What's the one stat that you would want to find out the most? And it can be like number of times you did something. It could be the number of times that you didn't do something.
Penis growth.
It could be the number of times that you missed an
I
opportunity.
was
It could
just-
be
Penis not growth.
Yeah,
I
I'd
was
like to
just about to say
see.
masturbation.
I'd like to go back
Most
to.
guys would know how many times they masturbated. That is 100% true.
In the
and
time of
don't
my
deny it.
simulation.
I would have if I had an option of like 3. That'd be one of my 3.
Yeah, sure. Though if I only
would
had the
be
option of one, I would absolutely take.
okay. So
Here
we'll
are the
say-
critical
we'll say
moments in your
3,
life
yeah.
where you made a decision and you chose this out of 4 decisions. Here's how the
How
other
many
3 went.
times? Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
for
I
every
think
like
that-
critical point in my life, and I'd be interested to see how many critical points in my life that I didn't consider to be critical points.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because how fucked up would you be though? Like if you figured out that at some point, like let's say, let's say you didn't coach this year, right? And
Right.
let's say that was a critical point in
Right.
your life, and you were like, no, I got this other critical point in my life.
Right. And then the
Messed it up.
simulation's like, no, fuck that. That wasn't
Right,
critical
right,
at all.
right.
I don't know why you spent so much
Right,
time thinking about it.
exa-
You're
exactly.
stupid.
And you should have went to the coaching aspect, and,
I guess-
that's something I would want to know
At this
too.
point, I'm the
because
only
like
one that can really say this. But like, even me saying like, maybe tonight I'm not going to go to the bar. I'm just going to go home. That could have been the night that I met the love of my life.
right.
Happened to be
No,
sitting
no,
next to me
no,
at the
you're-
bar, kind
you're
of thing.
fair.
Like that would be a critical decision that
So-
would show up in that
So
list.
along with simulation, would there be lag or?
I think that's getting drunk. I think getting drunk is a lag.
Yeah, but that becomes kind of a.
What,
think
what about
Debbie
like
becomes a weird paradox.
what
then
about
at
like
that
a
point.
lag or a glitch?
Deja vu.
Do you think there would be like
Deja
a
vu is a
glitch?
lag.
Or
Yeah,
Deja vu is a
yeah.
quick save.
What's a
Or
glitch though?
walking into a room and forgetting what you're doing? That's a lag.
Lag.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
What's
that's
a
like
glitch?
what that is. Walking into a
think that
room
would be
and
a
forgetting
glitch,
what you're doing
But a lag would be, let's say, like you trip and fall.
is like
or
when you're playing The Sims
clumsiness would
and
be
you
a lag.
close out all the actions that you gave that sim.
Right.
That's what walking in a room and forgetting what you're doing is.
Yeah.
Right. So that
The only
would
difference
be
is that
Because
The Sims,
you know
it
what The
doesn't, like-
Sims are? the simulation.
Yeah. The only difference is that your sim
Oh
doesn't.
my God.
Shit.
The people know, and they're fucking with us.
Holy
Like, play
shit.
this
They're
game.
like,
You-
hey, let's make
you-
our simulations play simulators.
Holy
Right?
Santa
Fucking
Claus
idiots.
shit.
Jesus
It's
What if-
simulations all the way down.
What if you made your sim get on the computer and play a game, but the
Oh.
game was your life that the sim was playing?
So like a recursive paradox.
So Sims.
Holy
Hold
Santa
on.
Claus
I
shit.
want to go
Sims.
back to what you said. What's a glitch?
So like sometimes when you trip over yourself for no reason, it's like it kind of like the level freaked out.
Is that
It's
like talking
the assets
or
hadn't
like
loaded
your
in all the way.
Anytime you
or-
fumble over your words,
Yeah.
Like
You ever-
one time, I shut a cabinet and I hit myself in the nose.
While you were shutting it?
Yes.
Your nose isn't even
that's
that big.
just
How did you?
stupidity.
Fair
That's not a glitch.
That's, yeah, that's not a glitch.
I
I
could
was
see
looking for-
myself doing that because
Ah.
I mean, I got
Your nose is
so
the
like
size of
tripping over
Texas.
your
Yeah.
words or tripping over your feet or something. So
Right.
that's a glitch.
So like
Or
a
like-
mental glitch.
but
you know
what if
those
somebody
times-
does all that? What if someone stutters? Is that a glitch?
Yes.
Like
a
No,
remix.
that's just something went wrong in the coding. Of
Yeah, it's
their
like a corrupted
version of the
file.
game.
For example,
You know those times where you like go to go catch the lacrosse ball
Yeah.
and it just doesn't even hit your stick and you're
Yep.
like,
It went through my stick.
That happened.
It
to
went
me.
through my glove.
That happened
That's-
right
to
through
me.
your hands.
That
What?
literally
Glitch in the
happened
Matrix.
to me on Monday. I went to catch the ball and I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
glitch in the matrix.
So in the same vein, you ever have like an out of body experience where you're sitting
Yes.
there and like your body's doing what it's doing and you are like just there?
Yes.
No, because I've never been that high.
Yes.
no, I wasn't even
that's-
high.
No, that's
Every time I start to think about like
that's you
how I know-
realizing that you're in a simulation and not controlling your body. It's just doing what it's told
Right.
to do.
That's
So-
how I know when I'm having an existential crisis is because I'm like I start to think about existence and I'm like fuck I don't feel my body anymore.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
So when I worked at one of my jobs that I still work at now,
Which one? What's the name of it?
none of your business.
Oh, I remember.
There
that
was
one.
a time where I'm not going to give credit to energy drinks, but I took had a cotton candy Bang energy drink.
Bang
and
will fuck you up.
I was in the
Bang will
zone.
fuck you straight
And
up.
after like routine and doing the same thing over and over, I had one of those experiences where like I just kind of put my body on autopilot and it knew what it was
Yep.
doing, and I sat back and I was just knocking it out.
I've done
And
that.
I got so caught up doing like what I needed to do and just boom, boom, back and forth. Just
Well,
sat
I've
back
zoned out at work so much that like I was doing a menial task kind of thing, just that it's part of the job that I got to do, and just going, and I hit the end of that part of the task, and I kind of like stopped and was like, "Holy shit, I'm at work right now."
You're an NPC.
Like,
Literally,
That's what happened.
yeah. No,
You're like you're going through your scripted
Like when
motion
you-
and then you stop and you're like, no more actions. I'm just gonna stand.
or when you
here.
drive
it.
to work in the morning and you do it so many times
Yep.
routinely that you're
and
just
you're
like,
like, oh, suddenly I'm
Right.
at work.
You're
wait,
right,
did I
I'm
just
here.
run that red light?
Right.
Oh no, my body knew
You
it
said,
was
"Oh,
green, so
I'm
it went,
here."
kind
Oh,
of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
The
Supposedly,
Fuck,
there's a
that struck
movie
the fuck
coming
out of
out sometime soon with Ryan Reynolds in it, where he plays an NPC in a video game and he realizes he's an NPC.
but nobody else
Damn.
like knows that he
yeah,
is.
so
That'd be cool.
I guess that's the plot of a movie
What's
that
an
is in
interesting-
com-
What's
I-
an NPC?
non-playable character. So if you're playing a video game, all the other characters
Yeah,
that
yes.
somebody doesn't control,
Also in D&D is a thing. We need to do a D&D again.
we really do.
I don't think we could pick up the campaign that we had because Miles isn't here.
We
but-
also got like
or Miles
Whatever.
could become your character at that point.
we
You could
also
just take
got
over
like
Miles'
3
character.
pages into that thing. So
So it was still entertaining. I still
I
enjoyed
was
the shit
half
out of
like
it.
2 hours. Yeah, he was half asleep.
Because
Joel
we've
was
been
watching
drinking all goddamn
Cake
day.
farts.
Corn.
Cake farts. That's
Cake
what-
farts.
That was the day.
All right,
that was
boys.
Cake farts day.
I think this is it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna play D&D for next week's podcast.
All right, we're playing D&D.
We need to be able to figure out our video shit first. I think probably.
Okay,
Maybe not.
so
I guess
I'll
it's not a
bring it.
requirement. We could
No,
do.
no.
We could. We could go the
As
old
long as
radio
somebody's
show.
a
route.
storyteller. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I feel you would have to be the DM more than I would,
I can. I can try to figure it out. I'd have to
just
edit
because you're
my
good
stories.
at talking forever about nonsense that
Yeah,
you come up
that's
with. So
it was like the most backhanded compliment I've ever received. Trace, where can we be found?
YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Libsyn, Google Play, Instagram, Twitter, and we somewhat have a Facebook page. I don't know. That's it.
Nothing happens. on
Instagram
So there's
and
there,
Twitter.
but it's got nothing.
You
Follow
have to
us,
look for it.
like us, subscribe. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Happy birthday, America.
Fuck yeah!